gentlemen. How you doing out there today? I'm all right myself, just chilling. Getting the place packed up. Getting ready to make them moves. I think what disturbs me the most about the whole moving thing is realizing that I've spent 1/10 of my life, no, 1/5 of my life in this spot and never really felt at home. That's kind of weird. But I suspect I'm not the only one. Yeah. I know I'm not the only one. There we go. I'm just going to sit here for a few minutes and let you listen to the rain. If that's not your thing, you can bounce. You know, I love listening to the rain. My brother is exactly the opposite. He can't stand the rain. It affects his mood like it's a detrimental effect. And I understand that. I do. You know, when you have certain things going on in life and like it's sunny or it's rainy or it's wintry or it's blustery, anything like that, you are going to associate those things with those memories. And I don't think that it's very different when it comes to the conditioning that you suffer as a young man, as a boy growing into a young adult, to a young man, to a mature man. I don't think that it's any different. There are associations that you have all through life. Some good, some bad. Some of that middle of the road shit. As a matter of fact, I think that there's a whole bunch of that middle of the road shit. Life, man, life and living is right there in the middle. It's not the peaks and the valleys. Life is right there in the middle. For me, anyways. I have to clarify that because I know that some folks, they suffer. You know, whether it's chemical addiction or it's an actual brain trauma or something that's going on with them chemically where they're constantly living out highs and lows and they can't find that middle ground. There's always a way. There's always a way. You might have to go through some uncomfortable shit to get there, but there's always a way. Would have rain eased up a little bit, So I'm able to open the windows. You can see that there's some movement in the wind out here. Just look at this bush out in front of me. Oh yeah, man. Neighbors are taking off, going somewhere. I got to admit, gentlemen, I don't have any fear of what's coming down the line. Whatever that is, whatever it holds. I think that's one of the terrible things about being red-pilled, you know, is that you eventually lose all of your fear. Eventually, you lose all your fear. That even means your fear of death, your fear of pain. You take that red pill far enough, you get down the rabbit hole far enough, and you start to see things so clearly that it's almost like you're inverted. It's almost like you're looking at the inside instead of the outside. It's a bizarre notion, and I know that not too many folks will grasp that. I know that there's a whole bunch of people out there that are just now getting into the red pill, just now understanding what MGTOW is, what monks are, why I personally choose to be a monk, because it benefits me. I don't do anything without a benefit. Sometimes on the selfish tip, sometimes not. Not a direct benefit, maybe an indirect benefit. You know? And I suppose that depends on where your morals and your ethics and your principles are at. If you have any at all. There's a whole world of people out here that don't have morals or ethics or principles. And it's never been clearer. It's never been clearer. And you can still see people on your television news stations reading off national scripts. You can still see people running around like chickens with the head cut off. You can still see all the statistical data for shutting the planet down that doesn't add up to the hype and the drama that it's been made out to be. Is there a COVID-19? Yeah, there's a COVID-19. How many varieties of coronavirus are there? Like a dozen? Dozens? Now, I don't know that for sure. But I know that when I looked on the back of my can of disinfectant 10 years ago, coronavirus was on it. So it's not like this is a new thing. Everybody knows what's up. Don't be sheep. Don't be sheep. You're in an age now where you have to question everything. You have to question getting up in the morning. You have to question why you're moving today. What are you doing today? Why are you doing it? You have to question everything now. People are starting to come out of their malaise, that purple haze that they've been in for so long. People have been slumbering for a long time, generations. And I got to tell you, I'm glad to see it happen. I'm glad to see people waking up. And I don't care what that brings. I don't care what that means. I don't care if it means the sacrificing of governments. All I know is that I like what I'm seeing. That's what I know. Well, I guess our little May shower has gone away. Almost May shower. I might go in. I don't know. I've still got some more packing to do. Still got some more things to sort out. But using this time here at home, it's a benefit. See, like I said earlier, I don't do anything if there's no benefit. And it doesn't have to be direct greed. It doesn't have to be that. It can be, oh man, I know that dude's hungry. I'm gonna hand him a couple of dollars. Or I'm gonna take him into the store. You don't risk your safety, obviously. If the motherfucker's sketchy, just leave him sit there. But I'm gonna take him into the store and I'm gonna grab him some food. I've done that more times than I can count. You know? And do they really care about it? Do they give a shit? I don't know. Are they hungry right now? Nope. Do they have shoes on their feet? Yep. Some people live the life that they live because they don't enjoy being in the confines that we tolerate. And that includes a lot of things. I often rail against drug use, often rail against alcohol abuse and smoke. But I do understand it. I personally do not partake. But I do understand it. I understand that some people have to have something to help them cope. Just look at how people are being crushed out here. Think about how you've been directed over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Think about that shit. 1,000 people in control of this planet brought it to a screeching halt. Yeah, man. That's the deal.